fellow gamers, it's Cozy Mel with Byron Lance Games, and I am here with another STARSAND Island video for you today. Today, we're going to talk about money, especially if you are a brand new player. You just started the game, you've been putting a few hours in and you're looking for some extra money, maybe some extra prizes, materials, things you can use in the game. Of course you can make money by cooking things and selling them, by gardening, collecting all the byproducts from your animals and selling those, especially gold poop and silver poop. So get all your animals up to level 200 by petting them and feeding them and cleaning them, taking care of them, and then they will offer you some nice byproducts that you can sell. Not all of the byproducts. Some of them you need to save to make food. But if we look in my animal byproduct chest, holy moly, you'll see there's a lot. Now, the feathers are worth 35 each. They come from chickens and ducks. I would save 500 and sell the rest. The eggs you never sell. You need them to make food for your animals. So that's really important. I don't sell any of the wool because it doesn't bring a really high price and I can turn it into fabric. And someday I'm hoping for more and more clothing patterns that call for fabric. Silver poop is 350 each, and I would keep 20 in stock for emergencies and sell the rest. Same with gold poop. It's 800 gold each, and I would keep 20. I literally really would. But once you have more than 15 or 20, start selling them. If you need the money, you want to buy some more land or whatever, you want to buy some of the high dollar plans, you want a boat pattern, whatnot, sell that poop. It's good to sell. I haven't figured out a good use for the pigs' mud pies yet. They sell for $35 each. I only keep 20 and sell the rest. Now, when it comes to the cheese blocks, I keep 200 or more because you use them in food. The sheep saliva, I keep 200 and more because they are also used in food and crafting. It's kind of like glue, I guess. The sheep milk, I have been keeping all of it for no good reason. And now I finally have some animals that use sheep milk and musk cocoons in their food. So I'm glad I saved them and didn't sell them. So that's what I mean by that. Once you learn what things you need to keep. So that's one way to make money. And then another way, of course, is cooking. Now, when you go to cooking, making one item of each recipe that you come across is, of course, going to up your cooking value in the game overall. And that's in your islandpedia, okay? So this is another way to make money, the islandpedia. Hit your tab key, go to islandpedia, and then down here under the stamp collection, cuisine is one of the things that's down there. That's cooking, making furniture, doing research, bioresearch, which is having animals and catching fish and bugs, crafting, everything you make by hand, plants, everything you grow, gatherables, everything you pick up. So down here you can see that under crafting, the reward for crafting 38 items is 2,000 gold. But when you get to 76, that's 3,500 coin. Next, 7,000 coin, 15,000 coin, and finally 25,000 coin. So that's a lot of money that you get for upping your crafting. So keep on crafting. That's the way this game works. The more you do, the more you earn. In cuisine, you're going to get recipes. So the more things, different items that you cook, the more different items you cook, the higher you go up, and then the more new recipes that you get. Gatherables also gave me money. So all of this was money until the robots. And then the last two gave me robots, which I love because they go out and do all the gathering for me. Are you kidding? I put one in the, moonlit forest and it gathers up mining. It brings me back gold. I mean, Who can argue with that? So this is just another way that you can get some money. Okay, so there is some money available on this islandpedia tab. So you want to make sure and keep up with that and go look at it once in a while because it may tell you it's time to take some money. Here you go. Okay. The other thing people are going to tell you is that you can talk to certain NPCs that will give you gifts almost every time they talk to you. And a lot of times it's food, but the food is higher value than the food you might make yourself. You can sell the food that the NPCs give you. And you want to talk to the NPCs if you get a chance every day anyway. Another thing that works for getting some money that you might not think of, which is what I wanted to talk about in this video, is if you will go to the various NPCs who help train you. So these are your teachers and trainers. So here I am at the ranch, which is right next door to my home. Very quick and easy to go here. This gold box right here, there's one of these at each of your trainer locations. If you go see Grandma Nova, there's one at his farm location, for instance. If you click on it to see if there's anything in there, it will say it's empty inside, okay? Now, sometimes there will be something in there like one bag of fertilizer or whatever, and you might think, well, that's not very much help. Here's the help. Because you look in the charity box, the NPCs decide that you are destitute and that you're needy and broke. So they send you letters and they'll send them like once a week. I mean, it gets crazy. Let me look in my mailbox and see if I've gotten any right now. Let's see. Dear Cozy Mel, I saw you took some fertilizer from the fertilizer box last time. Are you short of fertilizer lately? Here's some that I just developed this week. Give it a try. And he gives me ripening fertilizer 2 and ripening fertilizer 1, you know? So that's free fertilizer. That's 100 gold worth of free fertilizer. Let's see who else is sending me a gift. Yes, this was from last week. I forgot I hadn't opened it yet. He sent me fertilizer last week too because I'm desperate and destitute and looking in the charity boxes. Oh my gosh. Let's see. He says, Delphin says, I hear you tried your hand at fishing, and I caught this today, and it's fresher than anything you're going to get out of the charity box. So then let's see. Oh, look here. He has sent us 11 fish. 11 fish, and each one sells from 70 to 150. So he just sent us $1,000 worth of fish because we looked in the charity fertilizer box. And if this only happened once in the game and never again, I wouldn't tell you about it. But I promise you, I've gotten more than one letter from Pastel for sure. This is my 3rd letter from Pastel saying, I heard you were looking for something near the animal shelter last week. Are supplies running a bit low? Here, I bought you these. I hope they help. I know, I'm having too much fun. But seriously, eggs. And at the early game, eggs are hard to have enough of. You need them for all of the food. You can't really make food without the eggs for your animals. And so it's great. And she's given them to me because apparently I'm a charity case. Here's another one that Delphin sent me fish. I already accepted the fish, but so they were about, a week apart game time. But the Oral Leaf kitchen is where Aurelus, I think it's Aurelus, if I'm saying that wrong, I'm so sorry, is where Aurelus is the chef, and he's really a fussy, finicky guy. He's not all that nice, but when you go up to him, he'll be like, oh, it's you. Here's the 1,000 gold. Now just take it. Or here's the 2,000 gold you're expecting. Now just take it. I mean, I bet he's done that 5 times in, at least once a season, if not twice a season when I go to see him. Okay, I'm back at the ranch store. So this is the ranch store. This is the cash register where you buy rabbits. You buy animals. Every day you can click on this. Every in-game day, which is about every 40 minutes, you can click on this and push the 0 down here. Push the arrow so that it goes all the way over to 2 because you can get 2. Hit confirm and you will get 2 random feed, normally rabbit or chicken feed, normally the cheaper feeds, but you can get 2 every 40 minutes. So 2 every game day for free, and food is expensive. Feed is expensive. So that's a good thing to know for a small amount of help. Now, for a large amount of help, talk to Pastel here at the ranch every time you come over to get something. Just have a chat with her, give her a gift. Almost everyone in the game, other than the guy that owns, I think it's the arcade guy, does not like these, but almost everyone else does like Moonflower. So this Moonflower right here, I carry those around with me and I give them as gifts to each person. And then they give me a gift, and sometimes it's worth, $100 in gold, depending on the food they give me or whatever. And I sell it at the beginning of the game, for money. Now, if you do that a lot, you'll get to heart level 3. And you can check that by pushing tab and going to social. When you go to social, look, you can see who you have 3 hearts with. Right now, I have 3 hearts with Delphin, Grandma Nova, and Pastel. I already went to Delphin's bedroom and Grandma Nova's bedroom, and no, it's not like that. They weren't even home when I went there. You get a key to open their bedroom door by being 3 hearts or above with them, just like in most games that you play like this. And I just got over the 3 with Pastel, and I have not been to her bedroom yet. And I believe it's upstairs here at the ranch. If you need to look on the map, it's right by your house. So here's your house. This is where you live. This, you could go across up here to the ranch, and this is where you go to the cash register to buy rabbits, animals. Go upstairs in here, and her son will be sleeping in his bed. See right there, there's Bruce. Bruce is her little boy. He's the guy who wants to be an explorer so bad. And then this is her bedroom, which is locked, and you couldn't get in before. But now at 3 hearts, you can open it, and there'll be 2 trunks in here. So one of the trunks, when you open it up, boom, recipes, warm wood double bed, green plaid wooden sofa, and a desk. I love furniture recipes. Oh, I'm excited. And then the other one will give you treasure. So it might be fertilizer, or seeds, or an animal, or feed, or money, but 500 gold coins, okay? So hey, 500 gold coins. You can't go wrong with that. Also, if it's after midnight, the door to the store is locked from the outside and you won't be able to get in, but you can get out. Thank goodness you're not trapped in there, so you can get out and go home and get some rest before you get penalized for not going to bed by 2 a.m. So I rush home to my bed. See, this used to be like a living room or something in this house I bought, but I moved all that stuff upstairs, grabbed the bed and moved it downstairs so that my bed's on the first floor so I don't lose out on all my stamina by not getting to bed in time. Another thing you can do is go exploring on a day when maybe it's raining. You don't have to take care of your farm. You don't have a lot to do that you have to get done that day. Take a day to explore. So right here in front of me, that's the farm that I live on. You can see that's the house that I purchased for 10,000 gold at the beginning. And then this is the house that I built myself, which I love. And you can leave your home plot, and go straight into STARSAND. And right here on your right is Zarine's store. And you go in there a lot if you're working on your crafting, upgrading your crafting. And then over here on this wall, there's a treasure chest. That's how it works, okay? So you can look on your map and see where I am right here. This is where I am, Zarine's store, and here I am, circle, 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 right here on the map. Jump over the wall, and you've got a treasure chest. So that's, easy to do, and you're usually going to get some wood, some seeds, some fiber. The higher level chests that are harder to find, you'll get some gold too. But if you get things you don't need to keep, then you'll sell them. So it's very helpful to do some exploring around the whole island as well. Another quick tip early game: talk to the tourist. I don't take the time to do that as often now as I used to. But a lot of times when you talk to the tourist, they'll ask you to take a picture of them or something like that, and they will often give you a gift of food that might be worth 100 gold, or they might just give you 100 gold. It happens. This is another little funny item. You're only going to find these if you're up here around Cloud at Rest Lake, and I can show you that on the map. So you have your home way down here on the southern tip of the map, and up on the northern part where Bastrom Heights is and Cloud Rest Lake. I'm right here on this side of it, but anywhere along this road where you see bamboo trees, you have a chance to come across these little bamboo shoots. It's called a fresh bamboo shoot. I always pick these up. Now, you could sell it. I believe they sell for about 5 gold. Yeah, so there's no reason to sell it. Um, Keep it until you get 15. And then once you have 15, you'll go to the panda enclosure where you helped fix the light for the panda and give him all 15. If you don't have 15, he doesn't do his trick. But if you give him 15, he'll walk off and you follow him and he'll lead you to a treasure chest. So it's just a little Easter egg treasure chest. So that's really fun. And there's also, on top of a little gold or whatever, furniture recipe in there that you won't find anywhere else. And I love those. Speaking of Bastrom Heights, I'm there right now. I can show it to you on the map. I'm right in this location, straight above the K in Lake, straight north of the K. That's where I am, the A and the K. So straight north of the word lake. There's a little gazebo here, and a lot of times you'll find tourists here. I always think that the tourists are about to propose or whatever. This beautiful scenic view. Treasure chest right here. So this is another good one you can pick up. I know it's kind of far from home to be all the way up north, but it's got fertilizers that are worth a lot of money in it and other things. So it's worth getting the chests, especially at the beginning of the game when you're really hard up for things. And just to show you one more, for example, here we are way above Bastrom Heights at the very top of the map, right here. I'm looking toward the northeast out over the beautiful ocean, okay? So I'm right here on the highway. You can take the highway all the way up here on your rollerblades or whatever vehicle you're using right now. So right here above the S in Heights, there is a chest alongside the road. It's just right there, begging to be found and opened. And speaking of chests, when you do get chests in the mine or when fishing, if they end up in your bag as a dilapidated, ruined chest or whatever, you can also open those. Now, many chests will disappear once you find them, but occasionally you will find some chests and they'll end up being in your inventory, in which case you can get to them and open them if you haven't already. So that happened to me sometimes where I picked up chests without opening them unknowingly. And then when I got around to opening them, got quite a few prizes out of them. So it's definitely worth checking those if they appear in your bag as well. Another thing I like to do when I have time, especially because it helps towards my fishing goals, becoming an expert master, whatever, fish angler, I like to fish every once in a while because the fish can be used to make the actual fish fillets. at home in your workshop. And fish fillets are used in quite a few of your cooking recipes, but they're also used in some of the recipes that I think are for like animal food or fertilizer. There are multiple recipes. And the reason I like to fish in this game is because it respects my time as a player. It knows I'm a grown up adult with a job and a real life and real work and a real family. And it knows that I can't spend 6 hours fishing and it doesn't make me wait. So I like fishing in this particular game. Fish get away. Sometimes the line breaks and they do get away. But most of the time they bite fairly quickly, and most of the time you can reel them in fairly quickly. And then you can use the cheapest ones. So if you get a fish that's only worth 50 gold or less or something, you can turn it into fish fillets to make uh, animal feed, fertilizer, food recipes, whatever. And if you get 100 gold, 129 gold, 121 goldfish. I just fished for about what, 20 seconds, and that's $300 or $400 in fish, gold, in fish that you can sell. So that's another good quick tip for that. This tip really is more fun than helpful because you're never going to get anything that's worth more than 10 or 15 gold to sell. But in this game, you can shake the vending machines, and most of the time it'll just tell you that the vending machine wobbled and nothing came out. But every once in a while, you'll get a pink milk or a chocolate milk or something for free will come out, and then you can sell that item if you really need the money. So, yep, I wobbled and I got sunflower seeds. Okay. So the sunflower seeds are worth 12 gold, and you could eat them if you need the stamina, or you could sell them. Same with the trash bin. Once in a while, one of these trash bin is going to give you a recipe, a crafting recipe, and the crafting recipe mostly will be to craft the trash bin itself. And then one final tip. This is not for making money on something so much as don't lose money. And what that means is sometimes items are worth more after they're processed, and sometimes they're not. So let's just say, for example, that this pickled cabbage, this was given to me from Solara as a gift just for saying hi to her at the community center. So in a pickled cabbage, it's 189 gold to sell it. Now, it took two cabbage and it took two salt bricks to make it if you had cooked it yourself. If you add that all together, it's going to be around 100 gold. So you're almost doubling your money if you make the pickled cabbage yourself and sell it. So it's good to process that item, but some items don't come out that way. So try to do the math before you process every single thing to sell. Don't make the mistake of thinking that one pineapple is worth 200 gold. So you might think, oh, I'm not going to make any pineapple jam because I have to have two pineapples to make the jam, and that's 400 gold, and that's what it sells for, or it sells for less than that, so I'd be losing money. What you have to remember is that one pineapple seed that costs 200 gold gives you four pineapple, so they're 50 gold each. So that's why when you look at the bag, you think, oh, a pineapple seed, I just paid 200 gold for that. Why does it say 50 gold on the bag when you look at it? Well, that's because you're going to get four out of it. So if you think of it that way, you can think that, oh, okay, so if I use two pineapple and two sugar to make a pineapple jam and sell it, then it is worthwhile. And I think that's where some people get confused about flour, because if you want to make flour, you will go to your processor. It's called a separator, and you'll use your wheat to make the flour, and the wheat sells for 16 gold each if you sell it just the way it is. Okay, now flour sells for 10, and one wheat makes one flour. You'd think you're losing money, but it's not. It makes two. So when you actually process it, you can look here and see that one wheat makes two flour. So that's going to be 20 gold. Okay. So you're actually making some money. So that's why you have to kind of do the math. So now you're only making 4 gold more than you would have if you didn't process it for each wheat. But when you put that over 100 of these, because I can easily, make 100 of them, and it'll just take a second. It just turns it, and then out comes the flowers. So then I've got 200 flour to sell for 10 each, so you can get thousands of dollars making all your extra wheat into flour. Just do the math before you do that so that you don't process something and end up losing money on it. It's a very rare occurrence, but it can happen, and I've heard some people talking about it on their channels, so I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, that's it. That's enough for this video anyway. And hopefully you will take a look at throughout this video. I tried to place a few maps to where I found treasure chests. So if you see those maps throughout the video, then those are places where you might find treasure. Okay, so take a look at those again, go through the video again, look at those little maps, and hopefully you'll find some treasure chests as well. Hey, please like and subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Come to the Discord and join us. Consider becoming a member of my channel. It helps so much so that I can keep putting out videos. And I'll see you in the next one.